February 2021 Monster Bass. Psych. February 2021 Monster Bass. The long-awaited bait bags are finally here, guys. We're going to get inside this bag in 1 minute, and we're going to take a look at what's in here. But at the end, we're going to have a bit of a philosophical conversation. I think this is one you're going to want to maybe join in on. So, if you're interested, stick around because we're going to get started in just 1 minute. Welcome back to No Redemption Outdoors, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for joining me here in the cave. As advertised, we're going to be looking today at the February 2021 Monster Bass. I'm very, very excited about this. I'm sure many of you are as well. Before we get into it, though, I want to draw your attention to the link above. That is our Saturday morning 3-minute grab bag giveaway. I really, really want to encourage you to stop by there, especially if you're new. We have a giant duffel bag. We reach in once a week. We pull out a bait, and we give it away. And it's really, really simple to enter. All you got to do is subscribe, share the video, and comment. Then come back every Saturday morning and find out if you're the winner. It's just that simple. So, with that, let's go ahead and take a look at this month's Monster Bass. Now, first and foremost, the most obvious change is the new bait bag. No longer are we going to be receiving the boxes. Instead, we will be receiving this zippered bait bag. And upon first inspection, I can tell you that it seems to be very, very well constructed. It seems to be durable and heavy duty. It's large. I like the size of it. It's just right. Now, my good friend and subscriber, Texas Huntsman, has pointed out several times that what would make this bag even better is if it were hole punched. And as I examine it, it does appear as though that would require some modification, perhaps at some cost. But I agree, it would add to its versatility. Now, the way that I use these bags, I don't put them in a binder, so for me it works well. And I have to say that as much as I enjoy, having that box there for display, the reality is I throw those boxes away on a regular basis. So having this, that's something that I can actually use. I think this is a value add, and I think it changes a little bit the complexion of that monthly competition that's going on. But we'll talk about that at the end here when we get to the value analysis. First things first, let's get inside this. All right, so as usual, they have given us a sticker, and this month it's the large size Monster Bass sticker. This is indeed quite large, and I do like these stickers. I like the burnt orange color that they have. All right. And then, of course, we have the What's in the Box pamphlet. And this month, Rick appears on the cover, and rightly so, he says it's in the bag. So no longer will we say what's in the box, we will now say what's in the bag. When you open it up, it lists all the items. I want to draw your attention to something that I think deserves a spotlight. For the first time, and I went and looked at past boxes, they are now including what they refer to as MSRP with an asterisk. And when you look at the asterisk, what they're saying is MSRP mostly pulled from Tackle Warehouse. When I went through to do my value analysis, I confirmed that indeed they are true to their word. They looked it up on Tackle Warehouse or other sources, and they quoted that price. I guess technically that's not MSRP, that's actual retail. MSRP is more of a theoretical price, but nonetheless, I regard that as a sign that Rick is listening to us, and he's trying to be honest. And guys, you got to give credit. Now, even if you don't like what's in the bag, the fact that he, A, is responding to us by acknowledging the proper way to do this is to price it according to real-world available prices. I think, as far as I can tell, he's the first one to actually put both feet in there. But it just indicates to me that he's listening. So there's an element of, I hear you, I hear your plea, and I'm going to respond in the most transparent and honest way that I can. So kudos. Those of you who watch the channel, you know, especially last month during the competition between the boxes, that video I did, I was very harsh on Monster Bass. I was very hard on them. And they deserved it in that instance. But I got to tell you something, guys. Credit where credit's due. That's my opinion. I'd love to hear what you guys think. But this is a big, big indication to me that our voices are being heard. So, I think I've beat that dead horse enough. Let's go ahead and see what's inside the bag. And I'm going to go in order here. I've got my notes. We'll go in order of the what's in the bag card. All right, so first thing up is the Booyah Hard Knocker. And by the way, full disclosure, I already filmed this once, and I had to redo it. So some of these will be obviously already opened. You got me. There it is. There's full transparency. All right, back on track. First thing up is the Booyah Hard Knocker. I am a giant fan of these Booyah lipless cranks, especially the Rip and Wrap. But I like the one knocker as well. Let's go ahead and open this one up. This is the Hard Knocker. This, again, is a venerable, tried and true bait. It has quite a large extreme rattle. Very sharp hooks. It's got the O-ring on the top there. Split ring. All right. This has 3D eyes. It's a sinking bait. It's a year-round bait. You fish this like you do any lipless crank, but these are, you know, these are kind of the industry standards. This and the, I think the rattle trap. I think these two baits are the sort of the icon for lipless cranks. Okay. Again, I'd love to hear your opinion. This happens to be the Tiger Craw in color, and the value on this is $6.99. All right, so that is the Booyah Hard Knocker. Next up, Baker JLD3 Jerkbait. Now, Baker's been around a while, guys. Baker is a well-established brand. This is 3.75 inches, half-ounce jerkbait. Let's go ahead and open it up. Now, one of the things they tout is their magnetic weight and rattle system. It's an internal system. It's supposed to add to casting length, but also mitigate tangling with your hooks. And I'm not quite sure how that works, but apparently it helps to reduce your line getting tangled with your hooks. This runs about 3 feet. Best way to fish this, of course, is cold water, clear water, you know, those conditions that are most conducive to jerk baits, using a very erratic retrieval. This thing will slay the bass, pike, walleye. It's kind of a multi-species kind of bait. I would probably even try trolling this. I've been known to troll a bait like this or two in hunt of pike. So, all right. So there you have it, the Baker JLD3 jerkbait. Very nice bait, very well constructed. This is going for $10. All right. Next item, River to Sea, and I am a big fan of River to Sea. This is the Biffle Junkyard jig. This is designed by Bassmaster Tommy Biffle. All right, let's go ahead and open it up. This is a jig that was specifically made, for my research, specifically made to penetrate heavy cover, such as vegetation, etc. So it's got kind of a wedge shape, kind of a triangle shape to that head. That is supposed to help that penetration. It's weedless, of course. Short shank hook. What are we calling this hook here? Big Bite Black Nickel Hook. I'm not familiar. I don't know what that means. Big Bite Black Nickel Hook. I don't know if Big Bite is a brand for the hook, but it's stout. It's, you know, that's going to hold up. Also, it's got a double barrel rattle system. So let's go ahead and see if we can hear it. There you go. There's a little rattle there. So this thing, when it sits, it has kind of a and it flares up in the water, obviously. It kind of has a defensive posture like a Craw. I would tell you that if you put a Craw trailer on there, that would really enhance this. So there you have it. That's the River to Sea Biffle Junkyard jig. I'm going to tell you, from the looks and feel of it, it seems like a really quality jig, guys. It seems like it's well built. It's very nice. So that's going for $5.99. All right. Next item is the Bass Bulletz. Now this one I had a little bit of trouble finding any information about it. I mean, very difficult time. They do have a website. However, you cannot buy this on the website at present. They do claim that their shop is coming soon, and I imagine then you can buy it on their website. So right now, I couldn't find this anywhere, really. Not even on Monster Bass's website, funny enough. And if it's there, I just missed it. However, that being said, as I examine it, it seems well built. It seems like a quality little bait. It's got great sharp hooks. The color on this, by the way, is blue crystal. This thing dives to about 6.5 feet. The tapered body is supposed to add to kind of a unique action through the water. It's got 3D eyes. It's a slow rise floating bait, so you know, when you pause, it's going to tend to float up, and then the best way to fish these is real erratic jerking motion. Okay. So, despite the fact I couldn't get a lot of information, I will tell you that it does appear to be a good quality bait. I don't feel bad about it. So, there you have it. That is the Bass Bulletz jerk bait, $9. Okay. Next item is, oh, I love big bite baits. The Big Bite Finesse Swimmer. Let's go ahead and open this up. This happens to be, the color on this is clear belly, or smoke purple clear belly. Smoke purple clear belly. This is a 4.4 inch finesse, what they call a finesse swimmer. It's paddle tail. See if I can get one out of here. It's got a pleasant smell, I will tell you. Let me very carefully do this. Yeah, not bad. I like the smell of that. It's a little bit oily, a little bit greasy. You can see that it's got the rib design there. That'll add for some nice action in the water. Big paddle tail. It's got great action. When I saw the videos, it's good swinging, wide swinging tail. It's got a hook slot there. And it's typical big bite bait quality. I'm a big fan, guys. I am. Big Bite Baits Finesse Swimmer, $4.99. Next item is the Xcite, let's see here, Xcite Baby Ubershad. The Baby Ubershad. This appears to be like a watermelon color. Again, Xcite never puts stickers on there. I don't know why. This is one of their high floater line. It's got a slim design. All right, there we go. Hopefully you can see that. Allow it to focus. So you see that bulbous tail there? That's supposed to add to the action. And I haven't seen it, but the other thing they talk about is this is a great walk the dog bait underwater. So apparently when you get it to the depth you want it in the water column, it'll actually kind of walk itself. Again, I got to see that to believe it, but that sounds pretty cool. All right. So, and you fish it weightless in order to get that effect. But you can fish it weighted. You can fish it any number of ways. All right. That's the Xcite Baby Ubershad, $4.49. And that's a pack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-pack. All right. Next item. Thunderhawk Camel Craw. I don't know, maybe you guys know this Thunderhawk brand. I was not familiar with it. That being said, I want to tell you I like it. Let me get one out here. Again, let me just carefully check the odor. Okay, it's safe. I didn't really notice any odor. So what's special about this craw? Well, let's take a look at the claws. Hopefully you can pick this up on the camera. But the claw has a very unique design. They call it a meaty claw. because it's very thick there, and this is thin, and it tapers up to this sort of real meaty claw, and that's supposed to result in some real extreme action as it sinks and the claws, you know, flutter through the water. And also the legs and antenna are supposed to add to that effect. So, you know, it gives you a nice defensive craw posture. And I will point out, I do think it merits pointing out here. Just bear with me. Let me search around here. Check this. What do you guys think? Could I put this craw on this jig? I'm going to go with yes. I think that would work well, and I think perhaps that was kind of their intention by including both in the bag. So I like it. I like it. So that's the Thunderhawk. Oh, the color on this was Black Magic, by the way. Thunderhawk Camel Craw, Black Magic, $4.49. All right. Next, we're getting to the bottom. The Spearpoint hooks. We've been getting these just about every month. This is a 3-pack with a size 2, 3, and 4/0. I hear mixed reviews on these hooks. I've heard people that love them. I've heard people that hate them. I've not used them, although I have a lot of them now. So this spring we'll get out and try them out. This Spearpoint, this pack of 3 goes for $3. And let me just point out that the main selling point of these hooks is this, what they call the V-grip. And that's supposed to help to, once the hook's in the fish's mouth, it's supposed to prevent them being able to throw it. It's supposed to help reduce that. So there you go. That's Spearpoint. $3 for a pack of 3. We already talked about the bag. So now we're going to turn our attention to our value analysis. Like always, I'll bring you along. But this one's going to get kind of interesting, I should think. So we're just going to, first things first, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 baits inside the bag. If you include the value of the bag at $10, the total this month, Monster Bass, is $58.95. Again, I want to draw your attention to the what's in the bag card. They do, in fact, include the value of that bait bag in the total. All right? I'm just pointing that out without editorial at this moment. Hence, at a cost of $35, the value added in this box is $23.95, which is a 68.4% return, theoretically, on your $35 investment. By any measure, that is a home run. That is strong. But here's the philosophical question. And correct me if I'm wrong, but the bait bag was kind of touted as a freebie. That in fact, it was almost a wash when you consider the cost of shipping the box and the box itself. I think I had heard Rick say something to the effect that because it was essentially a wash, he regarded it as a bonus. And he kind of sold it that way. So I said to myself, well, if that's true, what does our value analysis look like? Well, I did a second one, where I deleted the value of the bag, just hypothetically, to see what it would bring about. And in that instance, we end up with a total value of $48.95 at a cost of $35, meaning that the added value in the box is $13.95, or a return of 39.9%. I find that to be extremely interesting. Number one, 39.9%, that's not anything to write home about per se, but nonetheless, it's okay. It's pretty strong. It's acceptable by any measure, in my opinion. When you get at 40%, anything 40% or above, I do think you're doing pretty well, okay? Now, historically speaking, and I think it's very important right now to look at the history at Monster Bass, because I think it is illustrative of the point I'm about to make. So, having said that, because I am a saver, I kept many, I've kept all of them actually, of the what's in the box cards from the past. I want you to notice 2 things. The first thing I'll point out is consistently, month in, month out, every month there are 8 baits in the box. Guess what? 8 baits in the bag. Okay, well, that's the first sign that he's legit when he says the bag is just a bonus. We still got 8 baits. He didn't reduce the number of baits. Now, you might say, well, okay, that's fine, NRO, but there was only, if you exclude the value of the bag, there was only $48.95 worth of value in there. I get that there were 8 baits, but still less than $50. Let's look at the history. It varies widely. In this month, and again, I apologize, this doesn't state which month it is. I can only tell you that this was one of the boxes that I got. But in this box, there were 8 baits, $49.14 worth of value. This box had 8 baits and it had $61 worth of value. This box had 8 baits and $50.25 worth of value. This box had 8 and it had $48 worth of value. This one had $55 worth of value. And on, 56, 56. What is my point? Well, this month he gave us, excluding the bag, he gave us $48.95 of value. It's not the highest he's ever done, but it's not the lowest. Again, demonstrating consistency. Now, you might say, well, okay, I would rather have seen $50, $60. Well, I would tell you, wait a month. Because history has shown that one month it's way up here, the next month it's here, the next month it's here. It goes all over the place, as do they all. Every one of them does the same thing in that regard. So you win one month, you lose the next. But here's where we get into philosophy. Do you agree with the idea of excluding the bag? Some of you would say, I'm going to hold him to his word. He treats the bag as a bonus. It shouldn't be included in any sort of evaluation, value analysis or anything. But there is this point of view, and this is my point of view. You know what? It's not garbage. I'm not going to throw it away. It's useful. It seems to be of quality. If I was going to buy one of these, I probably would pay $10. Why would I exclude that value? I am the beneficiary of this. I received this package in the mail that included this along with 8 baits. My philosophical opinion is it deserves to be included in the value analysis. And having said that, when you include it, obviously you saw the numbers. It's off the chart. Now we're talking, Monster Bass is going to hold its own month in, month out. Now that they're doing these, and they did anyway, but this is just an enhancement. So, it's very difficult for me to treat this as though it doesn't have some value. And so with all that being said, and having looked kind of at the history of Monster Bass, and they are consistent, and I add that together with my sense that Rick is listening to us and he's trying to be honest in his approach. And sometimes we don't like the things he says. Some folks are really displeased with some of what he said, such as we're going to maybe start having overstock items, or, we're going to have more Monster Bass baits in the boxes. Those kind of things some folks aren't real pleased with, but at least he's honest about it, and I respect that. And as a guy who's actually talked to him, I've talked to him a few times leading up to the podcast, and I found him to be quite genuine. So, in fairness, I was very harsh on Monster Bass last month. I think they earned it. I'm going to say something really harsh. I think they phoned it in last month. I think they cheated. Took the easy route. It's not to say we didn't get our money's worth, but it's not up to Monster Bass standards as far as I'm concerned. But I think they put their better foot forward this month, in my opinion, and I would very much welcome your opinion. I expect that we will see in the coming months this great variation one month to the next, where even if you exclude the value of the bag, you're still going to feel like you got your money's worth with just what's inside the bag. But look, if you include the bag in that value, I'm telling you, it's just, I think you have a whole new ball game in the competition month in, month out. So, at this point, I'm just repeating my position over and over again. I really, really want to hear what you guys have to say about it. And I'm going to say, Monster Bass, good on you. You did a good job this month. And it'll be interesting to see the matchup, which is coming, between Monster Bass, Mystery Tackle, and some of the others. It'll still be an interesting matchup. But I think Monster Bass did a good job this month, my opinion. So, drop a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Am I full of crap, or do you think I'm right, or is it somewhere in the middle? Very, very eager to hear your thoughts. And with that, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up, guys. Just a little bit long video. Didn't mean it to be that long, but, you know, when you start talking philosophy, you can't rush those discussions, can you? All right. With that, I'm going to bring the ship back into port. I'm going to invite you to check out that 3-minute grab bag video. Also, check out some of my other videos. And if you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe and the like button down below. I really do appreciate it. And with that, let's bring it on home and say, until we meet again, guys, take care.